Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to solve this equation. Here we have 16 raised to the power of x plus 20 raised to the power of x equals to 25 raised to the power of x, okay? And we are asked to find the value of x. Now, before I proceed to solve this equation, I will love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification icon for updates on my videos. This doesn't really take anything from you, and I would really appreciate if you do so. Thank you. So, getting back to the question, we are going to consider step 1, okay? And in this step 1, we are going to divide everything by 16 raised to the power of x, okay? So let me write divide by 16 raised to the power of what? X, okay? So let me recall the equation. We have 16 raised to the power of x plus 20 raised to the power of x equals to 25 raised to the power of x, okay? So if we divide by 16 raised to the power of x, you're gonna have divided by 16 raised to the power of x divided by 16 raised to the power of x and divided by 16 raised to the power, okay? So 16 raised to the power of x will cancel 16 raised to the power of x. Here we have 20 raised to the power of x divided by 16 raised to the power of x equals to 25 raised to the power of x divided by 16 raised to the power of x, okay? So here we're gonna have 1 plus 20 raised to the power of x divided by 16 raised to the power of x equals to 25 raised to the power of x divided by 16 raised to the power of x, okay? Before we can simplify this further, let's try and reduce these numbers to its index forms, okay? So we are going to start with 16 raised to the power of x. 16 raised to the power of x can be written as, 16 is 4 raised to the power of 2. So you have 4 raised to the power of 2 or raised to the power of what? X, okay? So 4 raised to the power of 2 is 16, and you have this x here, so it's the same thing, right? And this can also be written as, you multiply the index, so you have 4 raised to the power of what? 2x. And this also can be written as 4 raised to the power of x times 4 raised to the power of x, okay? Because from your law of indices, a raised to the power of y times a raised to the power of z equals to a raised to the power of y plus z, okay? That is what we are using here. So if you take this base, that is 4, you can easily add the powers, that is x plus x, and you're gonna have 4 raised to the power of what? 2x, okay? Now that's that for 16 raised to the power of x, okay? Let's consider 20 raised to the power of x. So I'm gonna write 20 raised to the power of x, can also be written as, 20 is 4 times 5, so we have 4 times 5 all raised to the power of x, which can be written as 4 raised to the power of x times 5 raised to the power of x, okay? This is how we can simplify 20 raised to the power of x. Now let's consider 25 raised to the power of x, okay? This can also be written as, 25 is 5 raised to the power of 2. So you have 5 raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of what? X. And then this also can be written as 5 raised to the power of x raised to the power of what? 2, okay? So it's the same thing. So we take note of all this, right? So let's continue from this side, okay? So we have 1 plus instead of 20 raised to the power of x, we're gonna write this, all right? 4 raised to the power of x times 5 raised to the power of x, okay? So you have 4 raised to the power of x times 5 raised to the power of x divided by, okay? And instead of 16 raised to the power of x, we're gonna write 4 raised to the power of x times 4 raised to the power of x, okay? I'm gonna make use of this. Right? Equals to, here we have 25 raised to the power of x, okay? Equals to, we have 5 2 raised to the power of x divided by this, okay? 4 2 raised to the power of what? X, okay? If you notice, 4 raised to the power of x will surely cancel 4 raised to the power of x, okay? So we are left with only 5 raised to the power of x and 4 raised to the power of x here. Okay, let's go over to this side. We have 1 plus 5 raised to the power of x divided by 4 raised to the power of x equals to 5 2 raised to the power of x divided by 4 raised to the power of 2 4 raised to the power of what? X, okay? Let me make a little note here. 4 squared all raised to the power of x is the same thing as 4 raised to the power of x all squared, okay? And in the same vein, 5 raised to the power of 2 all raised to the power of x is also equal to 5 raised to the power of x raised to the power of 2, okay? So it's pretty much the same, and we can do that here, right? So we have 1 plus 5 raised to the power of x divided by 4 raised to the power of x equals to 5 raised to the power of x all squared divided by 4 raised to the power of x raised to the power of what? 2, okay? So this is pretty much the same using this concept. So now we can simplify it further by writing it this way. 1 plus, this can be written as 5 divided by 4 all raised to the power of x equals to 5 divided by 4 raised to the power of x, okay, or raised to the power of what? 2, okay? So we can write it this way. It's pretty much the same. We can say let 5 divided by 4 all raised to the power of x equals to p, okay? We can set this equals to p. So we're gonna have something like 1 plus, here is 5 over 4 raised to the power of x, p, okay? You're gonna insert p equals to p squared, okay? Because this is 5 over 4 x all in squared, it means it is p squared, okay? So this becomes a quadratic equation. And we're gonna solve this quadratically, okay? So let's rearrange this equation. We have p squared, this will come over to this side, minus p, this will come over to this side, minus 1 equals to 0, okay? So let's use the formula method to solve it, okay? So you have p equals to negative b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, okay? This is the quadratic formula, and we are going to use it to solve this quadratic equation, okay? A equals to 1, b equals to negative 1, and c equals to negative 1, okay? equals to, we're going to substitute this into these values for A, B, and C, okay? So we have negative into -1. That is, the B here is -1, and we have this negative sign here, plus minus root of, okay, -1 all squared minus 4 times 1 times -1, okay, divided by 2 times 1, okay. So your P equals to, you have negative, you have 1 plus or minus root of, okay, -1 squared is 1. Negative, this negative sign is here. 4 times 1 times -1. This -4 times this negative, you're going to have +4. Okay, +4 divided by 2 times 1, you have 2. Okay, so you're going to have P equals to 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 4 is 5 divided by 2. So you have P equals to 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2, or 1 minus root of 5 divided by 2. Okay, these are the two values of P. But if you notice, this is going to give us a negative value because the square root of 5 is far greater than 1. So this will give us a negative value. So we're going to neglect this. We don't need this. We don't need this. So we're going to concentrate only on this. All right. So the value of P equals to 1 plus root of 5 divided by what? 2. Okay. Recall P equals to 5 divided by 4, or raised to the power of what? X. Okay. And P equals to 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2. So you're going to have 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2 equals to 5 divided by 4, or raised to the power of what? X. Okay. In order to solve this, let's take the natural log of both sides. So we have natural log of 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2 equals to 5 over 4 raised to the power of what? X. Okay, so we can rearrange this. Okay, so you have natural log of 5 divided by 4 or raised to the power of x equals to natural log of 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2. Okay, from log of AB equals to B log A. All right, you take note of this. The same thing applies to natural logarithm. So we have, if you apply the same here, you're gonna have x natural log of 5 divided by 4 equals to 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2. Okay, if you make the x here the subject of formula, you're gonna have x equals to natural log of 1 plus root of 5 divided by 2 all over natural log of 5 divided by 4. Okay, this becomes the final answer. Okay, please thank you for watching, and endeavor to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification icon for updates on my videos. I love you. Thank you.